Yo! Welcome to SMBN. This is our weekly show, Share With Your Head. You glad to be here? I'm glad to be here. Because I'm always here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, yeah. Glad to see you. How's life going? Is it going well? Nice. How's your summer? Been biking a lot? That's good. Glad you've been biking. Well, I'm glad to have you here today. So, as again you can see, it's only me. Dylan, David, they can't join us today. Dylan will be joining us for the main segment of our show today. But David's busy again. Yeah, so Dylan will be joining me for the top 10 mountain biking personalities. So that's going to be our main segment today. Hope you guys enjoy that. And then we'll also be reviewing a few more terms for the segment. Oh, so that's what it means. So we're going to be doing that as well today. I hope you got a chance to see our video from last week. I know I had a good time doing that. It was really fun. So that was our building a bike rack on a budget. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was last week. So if you like that, let me know. Glad. If you tried to build it, let me know. Send us pictures. And again, like I said last episode, this TV is for you guys. Send us pictures of you riding. We want you to be on here. We chose this guy again today. He looks pretty good. But yeah, so send us your pictures. We'd love to have him in there. And I also want to remind you guys that we have an expert mountain biker lined up to come on in the next few days. But that video will be posted like late July. So be aware of that. And that video is going to be about just mountain bike skills that every rider should know. Whether you do downhill, cross-country, enduro, other types of riding, every rider should know these skills. So that's a video for everyone to watch. Even if you know some of the skills, maybe you can see if you're doing them correctly, or see if there's some that you didn't know, or yeah. So that video is for everyone. And so I'm glad you came to be a part of this week's club meeting or show. So let's get to the top 10 mountain biking personalities. Breaking news. First off in breaking news this week we have Nino Schurter, who's considered one of the best cross-country riders in the world, has won the Valdor World Cup for cross-country. Next, the Welsh Government has proposed allowing cycling on footpaths, enabling mountain bikers everywhere to ride. And lastly, there has been a Scott Gambler 29er spotted, and now Scott has joined the Big Wheel Club for downhill. That is it for breaking news. Okay, welcome. You just saw breaking news, and now we're into our next segment. Oh, so that's what it means. So we have two new terms this week, and those two terms are kicker and shred. So first we're going to start off with kicker, and kicker, this is a steep jump that will give the rider a lot of height and air time. He's got huge air off that kicker. That is using kicker in a sentence. And the next term we have is shred. So you may have heard shred before, and maybe you've heard it in the kitchen. Shred lettuce, shred other things. This shred is totally different. So shred is riding a trail or part of a trail with extreme confidence and skill. Dude, you shredded that line and I just couldn't keep up. So that is using shred in a sentence and also using kicker in a sentence. So those are the two terms for this week on, so that's what it means. Okay, so mountain bike personalities. We all know there's many different types of mountain bikers, and so we picked 10 personalities, and so here they are. So we've all seen them on the trails, we've all ridden with them, and we are them, the many different types of mountain biking personalities. We have put together a list of the top 10 personalities from our observations. Some of the names given to these personalities are our own, and some are what we've read about or what we've heard about. So
and none of these are bad. They're all the same.
They're all the same. So no personality is worse than another. They're all just different. No one's better than another. So I'm sure there are some of these that are you and some that you know. So first one, Park rat. So we all know that one guy on the trail who's never heard of the term uphill or lycra, unless they're a downhill racer, circa 1990. But their bikes are closer to motocross bikes, and they use the excuse they cannot ride uphill because their bikes just aren't made to climb, which is true to a certain extent. So they ride their chairlift, if there's the chairlift, and they also take the van up the top of the mountain for multiple runs. And they spend all their time at bike parks. These are the park rats. 12th lap today, bro. I think this is one because it sounds most like my personality. I'm definitely a park rat. So, the weight weenies. I hear this mountain biker personality at school, on rides, at the bike shop. Hey, I just put a new derailleur that shaves off some fraction of weight. Or, I got a chain with hollowed out pins. These upgrades cost them countless dollars and stress. I understand that getting rid of weight helps these people, but sometimes they take it way too far, don't you think?
Yeah, thereabouts. We know, like, with the cable frame, was it? With the
my
top
God.
tube and a cable down tube. Too much.
And then sometimes they're like, all carbon rim, carbon spokes, carbon. I've heard of like people.
Those are very nice looking.
They are very nice, but I've heard of some people like trying to use carbon rotors to save weight. It's like, dude, just ride, man.
Weight can be important to an extent.
They can. I always think to myself that I can drop more weight by just carrying less items with me and taking items out of my camera, or even just going to the bathroom before I ride. And I got to that bathroom one from Seth Bike Hack, so credit to him. So these are weight weenies. Carbon fiber bearings and hollowed out brake levers dropped another 0.2 ounces. This is completely at the other end of the spectrum of the park rat bike. And I'm not sure this bike would last too many laps in the bike park. So, Joeys. Would you like to read this one, man?
I think you should.
Okay, so the Joey. So we know who the Joey is. It's definitely David. David is definitely a Joey.
Yeah.
So yes, we all understand that mountain biking is a dangerous sport, but there's always that one guy who's like, you know what, I'm gonna buy all the padding and be super safe. That is David. He
does break all of his bones all the time.
He does break a lot of his bones all the time doing stupid things, but he definitely wears way too much padding than needed. And sometimes he'll be riding uphill. We're wearing a full face helmet, a neck brace, a elbow pad, and
knee pads,
shin pads.
I think he even wore a chest protector.
He also wore a chest protector. It's
a bit in excess.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see certain people who don't know biking, and they'll be wearing like a downhill helmet on like a beach cruiser. It's sometimes those are the Joeys, people who don't know how much padding is needed for the type of riding they're doing.
But it always helps if you're getting in a crash because you come out of it unscathed.
True, and yeah, the Joey is not a term we invented. The term, I heard it from another mountain biking video, so I did not create the term the Joey, so that is not my term. Where's my jousting stick? I wonder if he's also wearing a cup. So, the boomerang. I know who definitely is a boomerang. Definitely my father's a boomerang. The boomerang is that rider who's much faster than the other riders, much better than the other riders, and it's bad enough that we can't keep up with them, but it's even worse when he or she goes all the way up to the top and then comes back down to make sure that you're okay. And it's like, you're going up, and they're passionate, like, okay, I'll meet them at the top. And then they're coming back down, and it's really humiliating. You
can be that way sometimes.
I can be that way sometimes, but sometimes it's just like, wow, you've gone all the way up, and then all the way back, and then all the way up again. It just shows how in shape they are. They're basically saying, I'm not only faster than you, but I'm riding twice as far. These are boomerangs. Hey, are you okay? I'm fine, just a little. And before you can even finish your sentence, they're like, okay, going back up again. You know, that sounds nothing like me though. Once I get up there, I'm not coming back down. Don't get me wrong, I care about you, do. But if we were riding up,
hey, you'll wait for me.
I'll wait for you. You're coming up. So, the next one we have is the talker. The talker is,
I'd say I'm pretty much the talker.
You are one of the talkers. I can be a talker. And so let me just give you a brief explanation of what the talker is. So we've all encountered that one rider who talked non-stop on the ride. They're very outgoing, they're a great guy, they're very talkative,
They don't always ride fast though.
they don't always ride fast, but they talk all the time. It's not like annoying talk unless you're riding. Because a lot of times the talker doesn't really go well with other riders unless a talker is with another talker. Because if a talker goes with someone who's not really a talker, it's a terrible combo because the talker's just rattling off all these great questions and the other guy is just thinking, okay, I gotta get up to the top, and then trying to push the other guy out, but he can't because the guy just keeps talking. And I've been in many situations where I've been going up and my dad's like, Justin, you're doing so well. And I'm thinking to myself, please just shut up. I don't care. And it's just because you're in that riding zone and you're just trying to get to the top. But sometimes we're like, you and I are on a ride together and it's an easy ride and we can just chat on the way up. Hey, where are you going on vacation? How's the family? Did you see the game last night? Well, the other rider is slowly plotting the talker's death. On the other hand, if you have two talkers on a ride, they can often go on for miles and lose track of time. So, the alpha. The next rider that does not want to...
They don't want to see the back tire of the bike in front of them. They always have to lead, even if they may be the slower rider.
Yeah.
Which happens quite often.
They are... The alpha is the guy who's extremely competitive and wants to be first no matter what. And... yeah, they have to be in front, and it doesn't matter where they're riding or what they're riding. They always have to be in front, and yeah, sometimes they can be cocky, sometimes they're rude, sometimes there will be that guy that rides past you like, on your left, man, get out of my way. That's an alpha who believes that I gotta be in first. I'm the best rider, and if I'm not first, I'm last, bro. If you're not first, you're last. In the famous words of Ricky Bobby. Sometimes the alpha come across another alpha, and there's room for one per ride. The losing alpha has to resort to making up excuses such as faulty derailleur, too low tire pressure, they rode yesterday, or they want to be nice and wait for the other riders. So, the loner. Would you like to read this one, Dylan?
Well, the loner is, as it sounds like, the rider who tends to just... they may be at the back of the pack, or they just might completely ride alone. But they'll still continue on, and they won't talk much, they won't really interact much with the other riders.
Yeah, the loner is that guy, like, let's say you and some buddies are on a trail, and he's quiet, he just goes straight past you and keeps going. That's the loner. Yeah, he rides by himself, he's not bad, he's not good, he's like right in the middle, and he usually rides on his own. I can't be bothered to planning rides with others. I'm too busy planning around my friends. I wish I had friends. We're not really sure they even ride when they say they do because there's nobody else to verify. Their best friend is, and their
only proof of concept is Strava.
Yeah. So the techie, this is definitely you, Dill. The techie is the next biking personality that we're going to be talking about, and he's the guy who rants about the new tech, the new gear shifter, or the new frame design, the new shock,
new materials.
the new materials, and is obsessed with their bike components.
And always tweaking their bike well on a ride. Like,
Exactly.
oh, there's a squeak, oh, I gotta fix that.
Exactly. They
Which
usually,
I am very guilty of.
They usually worry more about their bike and how if it's making the correct sound rather than just having fun on their bike. And they're the guy, if you've ever ridden with a techie, and if that guy that you've ridden with, 10 minutes into the ride has his bike flipped over with an Allen key looking for a noise, that's definitely a techie. He's the guy who's like, no, I gotta fix this. I'll talk about the new components, but if my bike's not working, I'm just gonna go, you know what, forget it, I'll fix it later, because I just want to enjoy my ride. I think I just heard a squeak. You know what, Dylan? Like I said earlier, this sounds just like you. I remember a few rides ago, you were like, hey Justin, you hear that slight
scraping noise?
That slight scraping noise when I press on the gear shifter? I have to fix it. No, you don't, Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one, we both know who it is, and we both know this guy, and this is the Hucker. This is the guy that you'll see posting on their Instagram all these huge, like they're sending huge 30-foot jumps, and then like a few days later,
They're in the hospital.
they're in the hospital posting pictures of their broken bones. So that's that guy. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna send this jump. He's the guy he has the most confidence out of all of you. He's a great rider. He sails through any section with no hesitation.
Always impressive how they managed to go through after getting injured and just come right back to the bike and always be in practice.
Exactly. So they never really think twice about what they can and cannot do. They have skill, but they don't know their limitations. This used to be David until he realized that he's too fragile. And it's awesome. It's awesome to ride with them as long as your ride isn't interrupted with having to make a 911 phone call. These are the Hucker. Oh look, a cliff. Fun. You know who this sounds like?
Zane,
Yep, it's definitely Zane.
who just broke his ankle.
Who just broke his ankle and is now getting back on his bike soon. So, the last guy we have is the rich guy. And the rich guy is the last guy on the list. And, well, it's not really the rich guy, it's the rich guy's son. The student with the trust fund. Who always has the newest bike, the newest components, the best
of everything.
The best of everything. He has 6 different pairs of shoes for the 6 different types of riding. And
never rides.
And never rides. He's the guy who like you'll maybe see on the trail once or twice. He's not great, he's not bad. He just acts like he's great. And he's always getting a new bike every 6 months. And in the back of our minds, well, at least mine, I'm not sure about you, I know I would do the exact same thing if I had as not much money as he did.
Except ride more.
Except I would ride more, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's the rich guy. Oh, my bike got a flat. It's time for me to get a new bike. I'm sure there's many more personalities than we discussed, but these are the ones that we decided to highlight. And if you have any biking personalities that we have not discussed, please feel free to contact us and let us know about any other biking personalities.
Or
So
just leave them down in the comments.
leave them down in the comments below, or you can go to our website and go to our contact us page and send us an email. So the website link will be down below, or you can just leave a comment below. Either one works for us. And that's it. This was our club meeting /show / something. So I hope you enjoyed it today. I had a good time. I know that those mountain bike personalities are really fun for some of you. Maybe some of you are like, oh, yeah, that is kind of me. Yeah. But don't worry, none of them are bad, none of them are good. Oh, some of them are good. Like if you're the alpha, that's good if you race because alpha. But as I said earlier, please send your comments, suggestions, anything you want us to know, because we're here for you. We're here to make any changes for you guys, and this show's for you, not for me. So let us know if you want something on the show. Let us know if you want us to get rid of something. Just let us know, okay? We're here for you. And also, we're still waiting on one person. We need just one person to apply to be the official SMDN member. We're still waiting. No one has applied. You get the number 1, and you get a huge pack of stickers. Come on, man. It's really easy. Just go boop, 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 and send us an email, send us a comment, go to our website. Yeah. So it's really easy. It's not that hard. And we're still waiting on that first member. It could be you, man. Yep, you right there. Could be you. So, and like I said earlier, we're still waiting on people to put in their pictures because this TV has this guy on it, but it's not you. It's not you guys. So please send us your pictures. We'd love to put on the background. We'd love to make a feature. And one last thing I'd like to follow up from last week is that we're still making the videos on how to make 2, 3, or even 4 bike racks. Like 4 bike, 2 bike, 3 bike, 4 bike racks. And those videos are still being made. But if you really want to know how to how to make this bike rack, just shoot us an email. We'll respond. We'll respond with the links and description on how to make it. And so yeah, so that's if you really want to know how to make it. And yeah, we'll easily send you an email. It's not that hard for us. But that's it, really, for this episode. And I would like to say one quick thing before we finish off here, is that I will not be uploading next week. I'm going to be out of town, but I'd just like to let you know, don't worry, I'm not done with SMBN. We're only getting started here. So don't worry, I will be uploading the week after next, but next week I'll not be uploading, so go check out some of our old videos, watch them all through, do whatever. But that's it for this episode, and from one park rat to another, and many other mountain bike personalities, go out and make it a good day to ride.